Hello everybody, I am your Immortal Afro Josh, and you are watching Immortal Afro Gaming, where we will make gaming niche again. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got done watching the new trailer released for Sonic Frontiers Combat, and it got me thinking about why an open world Sonic game is not a good idea, at least not right now. Taking into consideration Sonic Team's track record of hit and miss Sonic games, mostly miss, I can't help but think, why do they think now is the time to go for something so different or ambitious when it's clear that they haven't quite nailed a consistent formula for producing successful Sonic games? And it got me wondering. It seems like a big step or a leap to jump into the direction of, hey, let's just go open world when we don't really have a lot to go off of. It seems like a blatant ripoff or a push to just jump for what's trendy. And I guess when it comes to Sega, what they think is trendy now is going open world. And I've said in my last video that going open world on a franchise like Sonic doesn't really seem right. Sonic's platforming prowess is too different from what you'd expect in an open world. Short form stages fit his design much more because, like I said, you're completing stages as quick as possible. There's a end goal. The goal is to finish the stage. And in an open world setting, there is no stage to finish, which brings about the major concern of like, okay, what are we gonna do in this open world with a much slower Sonic populated with a bunch of enemies that seem to be the type that you just have to keep hitting until they are eventually defeated. In the last video I used the example of Breath of the Wild, a game that looks like it really benefits from the aesthetic of open world because of the combat prowess that Link is associated with. And you can see that also in games like Dark Souls, where the combat is part of the game's appeal. Whereas with Sonic, his appeal comes primarily from high speed. Just fast twitch interactions where you don't spend too much time in one place for more than a couple seconds. So I do believe that as of right now, looking at how Frontiers is shaping to be, I don't believe Sonic Team has earned the right to jump into something like open world, namely because they've yet to show that they are competent in developing a formula that delivers consistent positive results in terms of a decent Sonic game. Mainly because each of their games have some type of mechanic or feature that deviates or distracts from its intended purpose, which is to move fast. Now it's interesting because, like I said in my last video, the Sonic franchise has plenty of characters that would definitely benefit from different gameplay changes for different genres. I also stated that one of the best Sonic games of all time, Sonic Adventure, they had the know-it-all to separate these characters into their own little areas so that they could shine where they work best. I think it would make sense that, let's say in an alternate dimension, alternate universe, and Sonic Team has been able to crank out several high-quality, polished Sonic games that at best were fantastic, at worst mediocre. Not horrible, but it's just like, yeah, well, you know, it's still a Sonic game. Wasn't the best, but so on and so forth. I believe with a track record of that standing, would something like Frontiers coming out would be a little bit more digestible for the fan base, because right now this game has a lot of people split for good reason, because I think ultimately it comes down to our lack of faith in Sonic Team's ability to develop a game of good quality, because their previous titles have just been bad, just to say it bluntly. And so think of a franchise like Yakuza. I don't know if any of you guys played it, but Yakuza has 7 or so games that all have a very similar formula, similar function. And that formula is so good that it carried them for so long across so many games. I haven't even had the opportunity to play them all. The one I did play, however, I thoroughly enjoyed, which makes me look forward to playing all these other games eventually. And I know what I'm getting into because they're so well-rounded in what they do. The Yakuza knows what it is. Now, Yakuza did eventually try its hand at a RPG type Yakuza game, which of course when I first saw it, I wasn't very fond of. But when you take a step back and think about, like, wow, these guys have been nailing it for so long, they're allowed to try something new. Yeah, I can feel whatever way I feel about it, but it can't really be too negative. To the point where I think it'd be worth giving that that Yakuza title a try, the RPG inspired one, JRPG inspired one. Sonic does not have that luxury because they didn't earn it. Sonic's track record has been up and down, 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 and then an up here, and then a down, down, up, 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 down, more downs than ups. And a few of those ups aren't even contributed to Sonic Team. For example, Sonic Mania. Sonic Team had nothing to do with that. If anything, they ruined any good appeal they would have gained through Sonic Mania with the release of Sonic Forces immediately after. So, a lot of the people who are responsible for bringing Sonic up to a certain caliber are they're not the ones involved with Sonic Frontiers. It's not well earned. Sonic Team has not proven their worth to go for something this big, and ultimately, this is just a prediction. I could be wrong, but I think it's ultimately going to hurt the overall appeal of Sonic Frontiers, regardless of if the game is good or bad. I smell another mediocre attempt on the horizon. But that's just my additional 2 cents on the matter after watching the combat trailer for Sonic Frontiers. I can only hope for the best, but I do believe that this is going to be another misfire from Sega due to their incompetence in understanding what Sonic is supposed to be. Once they nail down a formula, which it really aggravates me because they had this. They had this with Sonic Adventure. But once they nailed down a formula and produced a list of games that vary more of higher, better quality than bad, then we can have the conversation about them trying something new, unique, different that'll change the game for Sonic. Because Sonic's game hasn't been good for a long time. But what do you think? Leave your comments down below. You know I read them all. I am your Immortal Afro Josh, and thank you for watching Immortal Afro Gaming, where we will make gaming niche again.